You know that intense, can't eat, can't sleep chemistry that you feel with someone new? That this is destiny feeling? That might just be your trauma response lighting up. If you feel like your relationship GPS has a knack for leading you straight to heartbreak, you're not alone, and you're definitely not broken. This isn't about bad luck. It's often a subconscious pattern, a hidden blueprint running in the background. And today we're going to pull back the curtain on that blueprint and talk about how you can start rewriting it for good. So why does it feel like you're dating the same person in a different body over and over again? It often comes down to a few powerful forces that are at play. First up, there's a psychological theory called repetition compulsion, which suggests that we are unconsciously driven to repeat painful emotional situations from our past. It's not because we enjoy the pain, but because some part of us is trying to go back and fix the old wound to finally get the love and the validation that we always deserved. Your subconscious casts a new partner in an old role, hoping that this time the ending will be different. The second reason is familiarity. Your nervous system can sometimes get tricked into thinking that what's familiar must be safe, even when familiar feels like chaos. If you grew up in an environment where love was unpredictable, critical, or something you had to constantly earn, a calm and stable relationship can sometimes feel weirdly boring or even suspicious. The anxiety and uncertainty of a rocky dynamic can feel like home to your nervous system. So you're drawn to people who recreate that feeling. And finally, there is the intense neurochemistry. Toxic relationships often run on something called intermittent reinforcement, that roller coaster cycle of intense highs and soul-crushing lows. Those rare, amazing moments give you a huge rush of dopamine, creating a powerful, addictive-like pull that keeps you hooked on chasing that feeling. It's easy to mistake that gut-wrenching cycle of anxiety and relief for deep, passionate chemistry. Ultimately, these patterns can be reinforced by a deep-seated belief that you're only worth the love you can earn, a belief that might have been handed to you a long time ago, making you more likely to accept partners who don't see your true worth. So how do you recalibrate that compass? It's a mix of doing that deep inner work and taking practical real world actions. First, the inner work. And honestly, this part you cannot skip. You have to be willing to look inward. A great place to start is by writing down your relationship patterns. What do your exes have in common? More importantly, how did being with them make you feel? Then you can ask the big question. How does this feeling connect to my earlier experiences? Just seeing the pattern can be a significant first step. From there, the work is about healing those original wounds. It means letting yourself grieve the validation or safety that you never got. It involves reparenting yourself, learning to give yourself kindness and approval that you've been before always seeking from others. For many people, this work is most effective with a therapist who really gets childhood trauma and attachment styles. Once you start that inner work, you can bring in some practical steps. 1, create a new relationship filter. It's time to stop chasing that initial spark, which might just be your trauma response that's waving a sparkler. Instead, write down 3 non-negotiable green flags, like consistency, clear communication, or kindness, and 3 red flags that you've let slide in the past. Your goal is to consciously look for partners who feel safe instead of just the thrill of a spark. 2, practice boundaries from day 1. Think of a boundary as your first line of defense. Say no to something small early on and then just watch. A healthy partner will respect it. They might ask a question to understand it better, but they won't push or guilt you or try to argue you out of it. A toxic partner, on the other hand, will likely challenge or ignore it, and that reaction gives you a huge piece of information about who they are. This isn't about a single gotcha test, but about observing how they respond to your needs over time. And 3, master the power of the pause. When you feel that intense, immediate pull towards somebody, just pause, take a breath, ask yourself, is this feeling a true, secure connection, or is this the familiar, anxious pull of chaos? Learning to tell the difference is a superpower. If this is hitting home for you and you're ready to stop rerunning the past, subscribe for more guides on building genuinely healthy relationships, and let me know in the comments one green flag that you're going to start looking for. Breaking this cycle isn't about finding the perfect person. It's about becoming a person who is no longer drawn to the dynamics that hurt you. It's about healing your own wounds so deeply that you no longer mistake chaos for comfort. The goal is to retrain your internal compass to recognize that safety is the new sexy. You stop searching for what's familiar and start searching for what's healthy. And in doing that, you don't just change your love life, you reclaim yourself. Let's keep being human together. I'm so glad you're here.